Hydrogen, electric. Which one?
Hydrogen or electric, the feud of fuels.
Overall, electric, the distance is the main challenge, and the recharging time is a main challenge, right? And unless we change the minimum driving hours, we'll be met with resistance because we'll miss the schedule, right? Because we'll have to recharge in the middle, and so that truck driver will be out of time and can't drive the second leg. And so when you're going to Brisbane, you'll have to recharge once, and then you can't continue driving because you're out of hours. So for long distance, I don't think it's feasible. I believe in it very much for short distance. I do believe that at some point lithium cost will continue to skyrocket, so we might have a long-term supply challenges, and how green is recycling lithium still needs to be proven over time.
Yes.
I do believe in green hydrogen. There's a reason why Fortescue and Andrew Fortescue is pushing very much on green hydrogen. It's because yes, it produces a lot of energy to produce hydrogen, but you can store it, you can make it liquid, it can actually serve aviation purposes as much as trucking purposes. Refueling is very quick. So I believe that for everything that is related to Australia, hydrogen will always be more adopted than electric.
I think Australia produces a lot of, I mean, we are one of the leaders in hydrogen production, aren't we?
We are.
Because I think we were building ships even to export. I think we had a trial export to Japan and something like that.
I haven't followed that, but I know that we have one of the most cutting-edge hydrogen production, I think, in Queensland.
On the subject of electric, because I was actually read a good piece of article the other day, was explaining that for a prime mover to be running on electric, you need pretty much, because the amount of power it needs to be recharged, you need its own substation to recharge the truck. And that's not realistic. You're not going to build a substation for every prime mover out there. I would love, someone maybe clever, smarter than me on YouTube to create with graphs and so forth, explain to us what these green technology is, rather than this, big narrative catchphrases, and people get confused thinking that's the answer. Because like you said, the best way towards a solution to a problem is to understand and to have the visibility and transparency. If you don't have transparency, what the hell are you trying to solve, right? And I think a lot of us understand that, and the push for electric, I think, has gone a bit narrative driven.
I think the push is healthy because we need to force it, and so if it's not adopted by a lot of people, it will always cost a lot more. So the mass going into electric, like cars, I think that is a great move. And I appreciate everyone who backed the early car makers of electric, because they forced change. And whether everyone was like, yeah, but you're charging it based on coal, electricity, who cares? Because you need that mass adoption in order to make the cost scale down and have the volume to do so. In trucking, it's a bit more tricky. For the reason you've just said, I think in the US, they're trying to have the battery in the trailer so that they can have a drop and hook kind of setup. But it's a hard one because the law is a certain truck has a maximum weight on the roads, because the roads aren't meant to support any type of weight. And so when you know that a battery will take you 6-7 tons,
you lose your load.
You lose your load. And so you lose 6-7 pallets, right? And so you organically, beyond the cost of the truck that you need to amortize, you're having to bear for the fact that you can't move as much freight as you could. So either we need to change the infrastructure of our roads and make them stronger, or the law itself altogether. But that will always burden electric.